But anyway, we have on the left side, alright, you went for Mercia instead of going for twins, which I think is a much better decision. Nargatep over in the cherry stone reds, keeping it thematic with the game. And then on player 2 side we have golden Greenfinger. With a headphone taking part. Now headphone, I don't know if headphone places particularly well in events. Like, and that's not like a slight against headphone, but he is one of the map team, so most people will know him through that. But I'm very curious how he's going to be performing in tournament, because I know he likes to enter. He entered GoW4 3. It's the main one that I like helped run and follow. I don't know about GoW4 2, but cool thing we're seeing with like GoW4 is that a lot of like people who are active in GoW4 3 and just like took a break after, or like coming back to play and enter tournaments. So I'm interested to see how Headphone's gonna do here. But we have an early spear coming out, which I'm not 100% sure on, but there is a capture path. You can go village to village, take extra turns to get to the front. But it is going to be a slower capture phase. On this side, Headphone's going for the very traditional. We're probably going to see this sword capture this and then we can move forward. Like the more traditional opening, but I'm curious to see how this spear is going to do. Slightly slower capture phase, but you're going to have a spear in the front line faster down here. So maybe there's a play that nargatep's been working. Goes pretty quick on the tower capture. This is probably going to go back capture this village. This takes the back capture on that village. That's going to go there next. Just like very standard opening, I would say. Oh, like standard in the sense of like he's gonna use. Ooh, going for second spear. Okay, this is very non-standard now. I was gonna say standard in the sense of like you move between the villages with the same distance as the unit speed. But I have never seen double pike early. And this would have been more of a thing in the last patch, where you could get early spears out quite cheaply and then you do like a slower push forward, because the swords are not going to be as, it used to be the swords wouldn't be as effective, but nowadays it's more like swords are like much more cost effective against spears, especially when like you have commander, or you get like an archer out for example. Probably going to see a mage. Headphone's is doing a really standard thing. Goes for dog. Just banks 300. And the ball is in nargatep's court. I guess the interesting thing here is normally the spears are built up here. So you have like a defensive wall to block the counter. The spears aren't amazing against commanders, but they do reasonably well. They can like fend them off while you build more reinforcements. But instead he's like electing to go swords on the side where commander pressure is going to be large. Spears on the side where commander pressure, like he's going to be on the aggressive side. So he's got these like slower units that are just going to slowly march across. But he went for a back capture, which kind of slows it down. Like that spear here could be here by now. Pretty sure how I feel about this. If you could go like that spear moves to there, Mercia takes this capture, hit the spear there, and Mercia captures that one. That brings her to like a decent amount of health, but while also like making your spear forces go forward a lot quicker. But I guess we'll see, just like lots of spears. Maybe seen like there's a lot of people that have been going really heavy knight on this map. Maybe he's just kind of predicting something like that. It does make it hard for Greenfinger to build groove if there's a lot of spears out on the field, but there's two swords out in front. So. Yeah, uses the crit condition to knock out the village. There isn't really anything here that can threaten that. You're going to move a sword onto a road to damage that, but worth it. And also capturing this is like really risky because Greenfinger can just build groove off of it. Got a rifle coming out. Headphone, just go in. Almost entirely swords and just really wants to use a rifle. Which, actually, looking at the amount of spears there are on the fields, everything here is vulnerable to getting shot by a rifle. Headphone has a big econ lead. These slow spears really gonna take a long time to actually get things captured. He's already knocked down this central village, whereas that isn't even an option right now for nargatep. So Headphone just doing like a very aggressive forward. There's going to be back capture, I imagine, next turn. Can't knock down that village, but capture there. So yeah, like nargatep's in a bit of a bind. Probably wants to use the commander to go for this capture. Otherwise, like the economy is just gonna get away from him. You can kind of catch up. You'll be like 1,000 if you go for both these captures. But I mean, that's probably gonna get knocked down straight away unless he builds like even a harpy. Gonna struggle to like do any kind of pressure there. Night build up here isn't going to reach. I think just mentioning in chat, you aren't sure about the early rifle play, but everything here dies to rifle. And he has like econ lead already, so he's already gone across the map and put a lot of pressure on. Okay, so this village is kind of safe, but on the other hand, sword could run up and crit, Greenfinger can kill. He wouldn't kill that one, but he'd do a lot of damage. Yeah, nargatep, he's on the back foot now, which is again, he's playing super defensively, just building spears. And this feels very reminiscent of like how you would see a 1.3 match go. More spears. I guess, you know, you're saving up. Hoping to capitalize on... Ooh, that's a nasty crit, especially if it's on the road as well. Yeah, gets the kill. I think that's a almost a roll. I think that had to be a high roll. Yeah, and here we have rifle balloon. Rifle's gonna get to the front line very quickly. And because there wasn't swords or like infantry capturing these, the commander, you've got a long time before Mercia can heal up to be at a health where she can really threaten swords. And threaten villages for that matter too, whereas like Greenfinger went for the faster tempo play with sword capture to heal, so he's up on the front lines, and all these spears, when they get to the front line they're going to be threatening, but before that point, not so much. And yeah, we still continue to see more and more swords being built. There's a knight coming out now. Big threat to the south. That's going to create an issue. One thing he has going for him though is there's no anti-air in the field. Right, uses the spears, takes down that. Not going to be any kind of retaliation. I guess like the one thing spears really have going for them is Mercia. They're hard to kill in one turn. Like having a bunch of damage spears at the end of your turn is like a very real thing, so could see Mercia with her groove up, and spear wall really threatens with Mercia, like he is good with that. He's also very good with like very high cost units as well that have a bit of durability, so we could see a dragon. It's very difficult to one-shot a dragon. Golem is another possibility as well. I don't know how I'd feel about Golem in this situation. Dragon would be quite nice. Oh, goes for the Golem. Okay. I would have said Dragon because you get double barracks built on top of it. And it can really chase down Greenfinger. But goes for the Golem, you know, which stacks really well with their heal. Okay, so I'm hearing from chat he really likes his golems. Which, you know, actually also works. There's nothing on the field that threatens a golem. Like the knight, potentially, but you're getting a crit against the golem. They really do any kind of damage. Where's the golem? Oh, there we go. Whereas this does like a lot more to a knight. So. What will Headphone do? Okay, so he moves this here. I'm not 100% sure about this positioning. I would have thought that would be better to like allow you to freely push up. The spears can just move to this side now. Another important thing here is you could just slowly move his army down here. Go for the kill on the headquarters. There's like a, you know, like spears are really slow and gonna take ages to get anywhere, but you know, if he puts them near his headquarters, that's gonna be a long time before he loses anything. Like that's just gonna be really defended. Even with the commander coming in. You have dogs coming in there. And the income isn't too bad. Like Headphone has a lead, but it's not gonna be like the end of the world. Nargatep, so this isn't overbuying, but building a lot of things that are just good against spears. But, you know, Golem is very, very good against like a lot of these things as well, so. I assume what's going to happen here is he's going to build 2 cheap units, move golem forward, build second golem. Alright, that was pretty predictable. There's the capture there. This rifle doesn't cover. I think if it was there, it would have been a lot better. Could have just shot that. The small intricacies that make the game. This being here also prevents like units going around these squares, so here is essentially forced into the forest. Or to move back. Alright, gets that back capture, so evens up the income. Actually gonna be pretty difficult to really like punch this down because there's not really much here. There's like some knights, but you got spears in the way. Mercia is actually gonna get her groove up relatively soon. She does have that fast charge, whereas Greenfinger is on medium. Greenfinger in the head in the groove charge right now, but Mercia only needs to like hit something once and she'll be up at max groove. And yeah, just pushes her up behind this. I could see the golem come down as well. And use the spears as a kind of like more defensive option. Just have the golem. And another thing here as well, like a balloon is going to be so huge because nothing here has anti-air. Like you've got this, which does basically nothing to balloons. 25 average roll. There are no mages on this field for either player. Yeah, people are pointing out like timers starting to go down. We're still in the first 10 minutes per player. But yeah, ultimately like you have to make decisions in this game. And like that's just kind of a life lesson thing as well, is you have to be able to just make fast decisions. Okay, so we're getting a spear wall over here. Leaves the headquarters a little vulnerable. But it does mean like this little area here is protected. I wouldn't mind seeing the golem come down. Like if it goes there, it can move back up. Like and pick either of those spots. Oh, it puts it up though. So this headquarters is a lot more defended now. That's actually a pretty good position for that spear to be. It could potentially move up to the mountain, but the forest is... Alright, moves it down. There isn't too much that can threaten it. Like a dog isn't gonna do too well against the spear. Spear does way more damage back. Who's Greenfinger to the mountain? I guess it's like a well defended spot. A dog coming out. Alright, double dog makes sense. It also means that you can threaten to chase opponents away. And it does also guard this side, which is quite nice. You can't just go up there and hit it for free. What are we gonna see with this rifle? There's the rifle to the mountain? Ooh, that's good. Yeah, there's no anti-air. Like literally nothing that, like neither player is like building air or mages. The mages are pretty good anti-ground units as well. If I was Headphone, I'd actually be tempted to just build a dragon. Completely forego building double racks this turn, or either of the racks, and just build a dragon and send it around. Because there's nothing stopping it. And a mage or a witch is not going to be able to reach that front line anytime soon. This position here is quite fortified, but I don't know. Like, I mean, like, this rifle, this spear can move down one, other spear can move down to the back position. Avoid the rifle shot. Mercia heals. I guess, like, Headphone, the big thing he has going for him is, like, his army is very mobile compared to the spears. Like, you think, oh, one more movement on the sword isn't going to be a huge deal, but it really is. Like, if a spear, there's like a forest here, for example, the spear can only move 2, and then has to, like, use another 2 on the next turn to go through the forest. Like, basically wastes one of its movement, whereas, like, sword gets the extra movement and then can move even further again. Builds another archer. Makes sense. There's a lot of very slow units here. Archers are going to be very good at just like slowly moving forward and picking off spears with like rifle support as well. So yeah, Headphone's just building an army of indirects. Here comes the question of what does nargatep do? Nargatep would better have a plan for how to play this out, because he's been playing quite slowly. This spear needs to start coming back into the game. Knight needs to come down and really threaten the headquarters. Like, he really needs to threaten headquarters, push these down, sweep up top and do a bunch of damage. The question is, like, is he actually going to do that? Because he's brought the income back to equal among both players. But whatever he does, he needs to do it quickly, because we're only on turn 8 and he's got 19 minutes left. And this turn has already been like a bunch of time. And he is forgetting the most important rule of playing Wargroove. Or spell, I guess, like in a turn-based environment, do your obvious moves first. So this spear should, like, the first thing he should have done this turn to move the spear. That should have happened immediately. Alright, builds dragon. Makes sense, there's no anti-air on the field aside from a couple of archers. And archers do not do very good damage to dragons, they do 15 on average. That is not cost effective. So this dragon can go forward, just start burning things down. Village on a road, village on a road. Easy, like that'll always one shot. And he can get that, like he can go here, and then he can threaten that village, that village, that village, and that village. It doesn't really matter if you build a mage in response, because this is just going to be able to like wipe out a whole bunch of stuff. And while also doing that, it threatens all the units on the field as well. Okay, another good move. He has, for the first time in quite a while, taken the income lead. Greenfinger pushed in, but didn't really do much. Like, this spear wall, actually really quite nice. It's really hard to push into something like this. I think if he wanted to do that, he should have done that much sooner. moves the units up north. So he's going to go for a north push. Makes sense, the army moves south. Just going to pressure the north. Got this lovely dragon backing up. Move dogs behind these spears so they can threaten to push forward or do any kind of punish that comes in. Or units that come in. Good build on the sword there, keeping it in the forest. You really need to move the spear, but he'll get to that when he does. Ooh, he's taking a lot of time this turn though. This is 3 minutes on turn 8. You really need to like snap, snap, snap. Just do these things. Be planning this stuff out ahead of time. Okay, night crit is possible, but unlikely. Probably gonna see a sword get built up here, just to use the extra builds. Wasting racks builds is like a really, I'm not gonna say like a bad idea, but generally speaking, you only really do it if you like have a very good reason to. Alright, and the last thing he does this turn is move the spear. And he should really be hitting end turn. There we go. And yeah, there we have it. Headphone has a 5-minute lead, although this is turn 8 for Headphone, so. Alright. And it has Groove. We'll see what he does with it. And actually, there's a really important thing here, is that he has Groove, and there isn't really much that can deal with vines on the field. That wasn't a particularly great value trade, I don't think. It also allows Mercia to like finish these off and get Groove. But Mercia is also, like, pun not intended, at the mercy of Greenfinger being able to surround her with vines. And really needs like an army to be able to kill the vines for her to escape. Because if there's one thing Greenfinger gets off vines, it's like a bunch of indirect pressure as well. Build switch, this is a very good idea. X damage is always good. Effectively means everything has 10% less health. He's evened up the incomes as well, so it's not like you're behind using a witch axe and like losing a lot of income because of it. Uses the rifle to capture, that's a good play. Rifle of course wasn't actually going to be able to shoot anything, so moves it forward, gets the capture. You can now reposition these swords to a much better position. This rifle still covering all sorts of stuff. But you know, this dragon's a huge threat, golem's a huge threat. Could see them get surrounded by vines, but it'll take a while for that witch to get into position to deal with this dragon. Alright, get some mage out. Probably might even see a second mage. Dragons are a big threat. You want to have anti-air coverage across your entire army. Extra archer, okay. Get a ferry, use a balloon to ferry that forward, I imagine. And yeah, I agree with you, Mohinder, that it's very rare to see mages come out this late into a game. Neither player was really building air for a long time. The thing about this rifle reposition, like just looking at it, is now he can build on this road safely. As well. Oh, the forest was always safe, but... Headphone ending with 17 minutes 44. So he has like, what, 1 minute 50 second advantage roughly? The nargatep, he can still put some clock pressure on the game as well. Like if he takes this turn quite quickly, forces Headphone into a position where he has to start making decisions faster. Obvious plays here are take this village. It happen pretty much straight away, there's no reason for it not to. There's actually very little that threatens a golem if it goes here. I mean, it could get trapped by vines, but it's not likely. And there's a lot of units to kill vines that come up. So yeah, golem hits the village. Go for a capture. Left side. Yeah, this sword would be perfect for that actually. Like, essentially use it as a sacrificial pawn. As I said, there isn't actually anything that can actually hit that square, so like that knight would have to go all the way around. The spear probably just going to keep pushing up. Yeah, obvious moves first. You can knock down and capture the village, you can capture this village. In theory, Mercia could just sit and capture there. And kill the knight with your spears. You set up a crit condition. Oh, bites Greenfinger head on. Gets the kill on the knight. Are we gonna see Golem run up and hit? Yeah, it just puts lots of pressure onto Greenfinger right now. And this is quite smart because it forces him into a position where he can't use Groove if he wants to heal. And like that mage is not in range. I guess if dog moves out the way you could heal. And drop the heal here. But even then that's not really going to be able to do much. There's like not much that can really hit Mercia while she's on the mountain. I think these spears are just sacrificed at this point, but which isn't going to be able to reach with Hex next turn. So yeah, we have a situation where Mercia has just put a bunch of pressure on the Greenfinger. Obviously just going to move forward. Probably just capture the free. Yep. I'm going to eat an archer shot for it, which isn't ideal, but you can have like return fire of the spear as well, so. And your dragon moves up and can just eat anything that comes close. Captures it from the top, which is quite... I don't know if that's what I would go for personally. I mean, oh, the rifle's gonna shoot one of these spears. That's not a fun loss to take, but I don't think they actually kill spears on planes. I think if you high roll you can, but okay. Move dogs into position. Oh, I really like this actually. It means vines can't surround. Which is super important because you really don't want to get Mercia blocked. Like you don't want Greenfinger to run back and put vines surround. Gets mage out. This is a super important play now because this can heal this front line along with Mercia. So tempo plays are now a thing. You can heal, have her attack rather than use her own heal or run back to a village. Gets another knight, and this is a good play as well actually. I like this a lot because this is going to get to the front line quite quickly and there's no spears. A lot of this doesn't even threaten knight. So having his own knight is going to be really strong. So how does Headphone respond to this? This is going to be really important because Greenfinger's really not in a good place. don't think there's any kind of lethal on the board here. This sword's like kind of screwing Greenfinger over as well because you can't move back and get a sword crit. I don't think he'd kill anyway. But there was like almost an option for 2 archers to hit and a rifle to hit. Alright, so we're gonna kill a bunch of these spears. Blow 3 spears. I mean, that sword's kind of an awkward spot because it can't. Like, you can no longer deal with this sword here. So this sword's getting a lot of value. We go to income, like, nargatep's doing quite well. Heals Greenfinger using a mage. Right, burns a bunch of gold to do that. Does mean that Greenfinger can now use his groove pretty safely. Swords, finish that off. Probably gonna see dog get the kill on this. Yeah, just moves the sword up. So there's this front line. Well, a lot of units died this turn. The nargatep is quite far behind on units. Like, he really like, next turn he has to retaliate for a lot of damage. He did a lot of damage on Greenfinger, but he did lose a lot of his own units to do so. So it's going to come down to like, how does this go and get used?
Nature will claim you.
I assume, yeah, just puts a big wall up for his archers. Mage moves down here. But he's behind on economy. So something that could happen here is like this. Dragon moves to kill villages. Like, that isn't going to crit, but you know, that could crit. This could kill this sword if it doesn't move. And we could just see like going for like very big focus on economy. I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out. Is this one shot? Nah, it won't kill the dog. And Witch covers a lot of this army as well, so this dragon can't really hit the army. We can't even move to hit there. It has to probably just go and harass the back line. Dragon's very good at it. It can one-shot those 2 villages. Like, really knuckle down and damage the economy. Yeah, Headphone builds 2 swords, saving some bank for the next turn. How will Mercia spend her turn? What will this golem do? Very curious about that. It's like slightly lower than 100%, so it can't really one-shot anything. Yeah, he has all these archers behind this like big wall of vines. I guess the really important question is like, can he actually put... He has 11 minutes and 20 seconds to like set up some kind of lethal. And so far he like traded a bunch of units to damage Greenfinger, who then ran away and put up a really nice defensive. And yeah, this spear can't advance forward to threaten that. There's so many vines out as well. I think these count as units on here. Yeah, he has to like break through these vines. Probably best off just pulling back, letting the dragon do some harass. Maybe like pick off like one of these on the retreat with a golem. But whatever he does, he has to do it quick because he's running out of time. But Greenfinger, he's got he is where he wants to be. He has his vines out. Greenfinger's safe. Lots of pressures on the field. Behind on economy, but that's fine. Because he can start like he can always threaten to surround things with the vines. But nargatep needs to do something. Okay, moves the dog forward but doesn't attack with it. Are they gonna crit on that with dogs? Yeah, it makes sense. No point like wasting damage on your dog. I think you could potentially kill one of these vines and then like run through and kill with like probably not the dragon. That'd be a bit overkill, but oh, the golem could run around. I damaged that. Golem can move around now. Kills an archer. Can't move this forward. Like this can't really do anything here because the witch will eat it, or the mage will eat it. This is purely a harassment unit now. Moves the spear back out of range of the archer. Yeah, archers kind of just beat spears in a one-on-one. They'll always like have the range advantage. 8 minutes left. Come on, nargatep, you gotta speed things up. And one thing I will say that's like very important about this event is that we've had one timeout this range so far. All the other matches have been people keeping a high pace. A couple matches went close to time. But they were already very much pretty much decided by the time the clock was getting low. Okay, we have threats coming out. This can threaten here, this can threaten this village. Builds another golem. He has the income advantage still, so taking advantage of that. Probably wants to just move Mercia back. Not even burn the heal this turn. Save it so you can use it on the golem. Yeah, I'd like Mercia retreat up to this tile here maybe. Okay, you're gonna start losing villages, but not too quickly, and these don't kill them in one hit. Like, you need to use an archer on a village first to get the kill. Unless you're willing to like take damage. Oh, just goes for the crit on the vine. nargatep, you're wasting a lot of time on like what is essentially like 2 swords worth of decision. Stays on the mountain. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. You got defensive bonus. But yeah, what are you gonna do with this sword now? Okay, that vine's gonna die next turn because they'll take damage. So actually that's like a pretty good decision because it prevents Mercia from getting surrounded by vines. But the flip side of that is that you just spent 2 swords on 1 vine and they're probably gonna counterattack next turn. This sword can move up in the mountain and hit. There's a rifle that can shoot them as well. Vine goes. These vines take some damage. Headphone has a nice 13 minute and 40 seconds to make decisions. So like at this point on chess timers you really just want to push your advantage on time. Make good decisions but make them quickly. And they don't have to be amazing, you don't have to come up with some brilliant play. Ooh, goes for the hex. Deals a lot of damage, kills 1 sword. Very much worth the 300. You're also forcing Mercia into this place where she might decide to pop Groove when she doesn't really want to. But this is also a turn I think we're going to see a lot of damage. This rifle can now one-shot this sword. Quite a big deal. Although the dog can also do that as well. From the mountain too, nice. This can probably one-shot this spear. Yeah, I think Headphone's just going to get too much damage this turn. Like, this is quite nice up here, but there's way too much dying for this to be cost effective. Archer crit on Mercia? I don't know how I feel about that. I think like that could have been spent on probably the golem. Could have moved vines up and shot one of the dogs. Yeah, like other options, like I guess you could hit Mercia again with one of these, but you're probably better off using it to kill one of these villages and capturing it as well. Yeah, damages, this can probably damage, then finish it off, and then you get a full health one to heal, yep. And then you've got this sword here which can just move forward. Mercia, despite being even on income, has a 11 unit deficit. 3 of those are vines, but that's still 8 units. And the turn isn't over yet, you know, we could see this knight move forward and kill a dog, for example. Probably not the best play, but yeah, and like time is such a massive difference as well. Like you've got 11 minutes 30 right now, that's probably going to be 11 minutes at the end of this turn. I mean, like you should really just move this sword somewhere, like not even think about that, just like go for it. There's the vine. Move Greenfinger back up, uses the other vine to keep him safe. This wants to keep Greenfinger on the front line, really. Goes for the heal. Oh, the vines get their health back too, that's a big deal. They're gonna last longer. Heal Greenfinger, so he's still a threat. And the cool thing here is Greenfinger can threaten the golem. He does do a pretty good amount of damage to golems, so see how this next turn plays out. Something interesting here is this barracks could die, and like units could move to basically prevent it from being recaptured. So he could take out some production. Oh wait, actually. No wait, it's the knight that'll do that. I don't know if that's the play I would go for, but it's definitely on the table. Or you could at least like hit it to slow it down. Have the dragon eat a mage hit. Oh no, the archer would do damage to it and actually get a crit as well, never mind. Yeah, that spear's a really good decision because it just prevents the knight crit from taking place. Like, the knight crit can still happen on that village, you can still burn that village down with the dragon. But for as much damage as he's doing up here, he's also just going to start losing this front. Uses the golem, kill. Yeah, he's got 4 minutes 30 seconds. Like, okay, you meant to close this game out. Doesn't finish that off, that's a big deal. I don't even think they can kill knights in one. Oh. Maybe, I think that might have just been a really, really low roll. Okay, knight can come in and finish this off. Damage on the archer. Oh, that's not a great roll either. But you know, the archer's on 2% health, so it's not really going to do much. But I think nargatep is just going to fall to time, if anything else. And I would say he's behind this game, but it is like a rough way to go. On the vine? Yeah, I guess so. And like, it's not a huge amount that he threatens as well. I guess this could move up 1 square and hit the mage on road. Feels fine. Ooh, you're leaving Mercia in a pretty precarious position there. Gonna eat 1 archer crit. Crit from this side. In theory, a dog could maybe suicide onto it. I don't know the exact roll percentage there. Issue, yeah, timers are gonna be a real pain. They're really running out of, yeah, just running out of time. I mean, that turn was much quicker, but he's also just running out of units, so it's gonna happen. Like, this is gonna have a crit on it, so we'll take down sword. Wants to deal quite a bit more damage to these knights. Did 2% damage. Really that ideal. Not more damage there. Oh, I think commander can maybe finish that off now, and then you get crit. X is the thing that exists too. Oh no. I'm close. Sword crit, that doesn't come close either. Maybe should hex first. Dog, alright, hex. I think like the Hex should have come out first, if I'm being honest. There's a big damage Hex here as well. Like he just moves that down one and then Hexes off a bunch of stuff. Move it back here. A whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's a good position. Like that will get killed for doing that, but ooh, 1% dragon. That said 1% dragon. Whoa, actually no, because Mercia can get the heal. That's the archer crit. This is actually not going so well for Headphone. Like he could have just played it a bit more defensive, like picked some units off. Opened with Hex so these wouldn't take damage, but alas. It's an alright play, but Mercia can just put it down. Oh, nargatep still has the lead. This village up here is being really annoying. Maybe even just move the sword up to really go and capture it. Yeah, nargatep, you gotta make your moves fast. Roll +4? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Mage there? You could have killed the witch. That would have been a huge deal.
I'll save you all. Healing aura!
Big value heal. Probably should have moved the dog before you did that. Guess nargatep doesn't have a huge army now, so this is going to be quite quick every turn. Archer out. Well, there's two archers, so... you can kind of see what he's going for. Like, bait him in, deal a bunch of indirect damage. These could be used against air units too, but... this knight should just get punched on. You know, you use the spear, Greenfinger follow up. Or you could use the harpy Greenfinger follow up. X could deal a lot of damage, kill 2 units. Big money hacks. Greenfinger can capture, well, not capture, but he can definitely knock this village down here. Indirects are coming in, just captured next turn. Headphone, his time is starting to run down a little as well, so nargatep could go for the play of I'm just going to have a bunch of really expensive units and move them very quickly each turn. this mage is good burn. Definitely gonna kill this witch next turn. Actually very little anti-air left on the field. Yeah, actually, I could have crashed something into the mage. Deal some damage, which is free. 1 minute 51 on the clock though. Nargatep, you gotta move now. Kills the fine, witch needs to die. Yep, goes for that. Swords, moves golem. What we build here. Another golem? Yeah, that makes sense. Probably gonna see a sword come out on this side. Maybe a dog. So like Headphone can do, like, if he wanted to, he could do the scummy thing and just hit end turn. Just like repeatedly mash the end turn button. And go for the timer scam win, but it just comes down to like both players just mashing the button based on how much time they have left, because I don't think either player can kill the other one. That said, I think there actually is lethal on the board here. But a night crit, like Greenfinger could have followed up. To aside from swords, follow up with dog. I don't know if that would have killed. 45, 45. Yeah, actually, like that was pretty free. Just, yeah, you've got Dog Commander Knight crit. Plus, like, suicide board as well. Another golem. And turn. Dude, just like move it back. Move all that stuff back. Yeah, you can just kill the racks. Move the archer in to do some indirect. Two. Or not. Could have captured it with turn. But yeah, timer's running down for both players, so. Headphone's actually using his time. Kinda weird. But he has a 2-minute lead. And this is like the one thing about chess servers, right? Is like. But on the other hand, like they're in a stalemate. So. Move the light up 1. Move Greenfinger up a little. They won't get to turn 50. Golem hits the turn. Positions mage. Probably move Mercia. Nope. That knight needed to move up 1 and this would have been game, I think. Oh, he can just surround her with vines. Headphone, why do you not have can draw a rifle in position to shoot her. Like, you could kill her so easily. This is what happens when people play it slow in the mid game. Like, they were taking a long time on turns they didn't need to take a long time on. And this is very much turned into that situation in a fighting game where like both players are just holding down back at the end of a round. Like one player has more health, it's gonna run out of time. Oh wow, it's like 6 in the morning. This has been quite a long game. Dragons coming out on the field. Yeah, at this point you just hit end turn. Maybe move like one of your units forward. Who's Greenfinger forward? Okay. They're gonna like run in and hit each other. Where's the dragon's position? This dragon's probably gonna get healed. Oh, I could have healed that dragon. Would have made it a lot more useful. This dragon could have moved forward a little.
Nature will claim you.
Nargatep actually almost caught up on time. I don't know if he's gonna hit in turn. Yeah, he is. I don't know what Headphone's doing. Like, he's wasting a lot of time doing a whole bunch of stuff each turn. Alright, just moves Greenfinger to a defensible position. Yeah, he's doing a bunch of stuff every single turn, so... Yeah, I don't know why he's continuing to like make moves. Got 30 seconds left on the clock. Is he actually gonna throw this? There's 21 seconds left on the clock for Headphone at the end of that turn. He's baited the dragons for... He's using the dragons to make Headphone waste time on moves. A cool story, you're gonna burn your like last 2 seconds. Oh my god, he has 5 seconds left. Nargatep, he's just gonna hit and turn. They're both just gonna. Are we gonna see this? Oh my god. Oh, he's losing time each turn. He had lethal as well. This is the like hilarious thing. He did have lethal, so like it wasn't even the chest timers that would like cause them to lose. Like he had guaranteed lethal on Mercia, like a whole bunch of turns ago, and he just didn't go for it. Headphone got 1 second left. Is he actually gonna lose on time? Oh no, he manages to mash it out. He's got 1 second left. I think this is it. I think this is over. No, he mashes in time. They're both hammering that end turn button. Are we going to turn 50? Come on boys, let's do it. Oh, Nargatep's linking. Oh no, there was just a delay. There was some server delay in this game. Wait, why has he got 2 seconds left? Why did Nargatep lose a second? What's going on? Here's the thing though, right? This is kind of important. Nargatep could literally just run dragons in and hit them, and she wouldn't be able to respond. Like, you can literally just like fly your dragons in and hit the commander, and there's like nothing that can happen. And he has like time to do that. Because he wouldn't be able to like kill the dragons off in time. Because that you'd have to spend a second. Like, Nargatep, you literally just have to fly your dragons in and hit. And Shu will die. Not Shu, sorry. Headphone will die for doing this. Nargatep's losing time as well each time. Oh my god, is he gonna realize? No, he hasn't realized. Like, Headphone can't move, and you've got 30 seconds. Is he gonna figure it out? They're just gonna mash it and turn. Like, come on Nargatep, figure it out. You've won the game. There's nothing that can happen here. Like, you can hex, you can throw 2 dragons at him, and he can't respond. Yeah, because like, here's the thing, like, it ultimately comes down to Nargatep figuring out that he just wins because he can attack with no like opportunity for retaliation. Hey Faded. So Headphone had like a 5-minute lead and then threw it, and he's on 1 second now, so he's just mashing end turn, and Nargatep is also mashing end turn. But what Nargatep hasn't figured out is that he could just run up and hit Greenfinger, and because because Headphone has 1 second left on the clock, he can't move a unit to attack any units that attack Greenfinger, whereas Nargatep has a good 35 seconds to work with, so he could literally just fly his dragons in, hit Greenfinger, end turn, and Headphone can't respond because he'll just die. Like, he'll run out of time. Also, like, I mean, at this point it was like 25 turns ago, probably more. Like, there was a guaranteed lethal on Mercia that Headphone had, and he completely missed it. He just ran away. There was like Knight crit plus Commander hit plus like weakened sword plus like full health dog. You know, that will kill a Mercia when she had like 95% health locked. He's figured it out. Is he actually gonna do it? Oh my god, he's figured it out. Hit end turn. Headphone can't move, he's locked. Nargatep wins! How on earth did that happen? That was the dumbest win I've ever seen in a game of Wargroove. And also the most incredible. He figured it out. It only took him like 25 turns of mashing end turn, but he figured it out.